So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men. I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of the responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. And we're also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence. And that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're going to go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested. And then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know? Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person. And I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine. And it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but I think that might help. I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community. And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more. And I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person. And I just don't want to lose that as a...
You know what's funny? She's blaming men for this whole situation. But let's be honest, women helped create it. For years, men were called creeps just for showing interest. They got rejected, told to leave us alone, over and over. So what happened? Men listened. They stopped trying. Now, everyone's acting confused, pretending they still enjoy meeting people face to face, when that whole vibe has already been destroyed. These days, men aren't risking their peace or reputation just to give someone a compliment.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore. If God were to guarantee that your 20th person would be the love of your life, you would be so happy to be rejected by all 19. So why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal like, you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, like if the woman is interested, she's going to keep looking your way too. But it just like stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore. Or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's like if God were to tell you that you're going to go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's going to be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just be so closer to the love of your life. Come on, guys. You guys got to do better.
Oh, so let me get this straight. When men used to approach, we were called creeps. But now that men have stopped chasing, suddenly they're the weak ones? Here's the truth. Guys are done trying to please women who keep changing the rules whenever it benefits them. Why should any man risk being rejected embarrassed, or even falsely labeled just to make someone feel good for a moment. Women wanted independence, and they got it. But that also means men aren't going to jump through hoops anymore just for a little validation.
Dating culture for sure needs healing, because what do you mean I go to a bar and this guy buys me a drink and everybody at the bar is like, like everyone was like shocked that a man bought me a drink. It was like they were watching a TV show. Like suddenly people sitting next to me are like whispering about it. People sitting on the other side whispering. The bartenders are like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, are we okay? So I go to this bar by myself. I was just kind of exploring the neighborhood. I was going to bars I hadn't been to because I was staying at a hotel nearby. And the bar was kind of new. So I go in there. I just wanted to like just experience it and get a drink. I literally just got a beer. Sat by myself at the bar with a beer. Within like 5 minutes or so, the bartender walks up to me and he's like, hey, the guy at the end of the bar wants to buy you a drink. And I was like, oh, okay, who? And I go and I look and this guy's like, ooh. He's kind of like goofy and like, you know, not my type. And I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of thinking about it. And then the guy walks over and he was like, I just want to say you're so beautiful. And like, I would love to just do something nice for you. Love to buy you a drink if you don't mind. And like, normally I'm not really cool with doing that because accepting a drink from a man you're not interested in can lead to some very crazy, and sometimes dangerous situations. It's kind of a safety issue because if you're not interested, men don't tend to react well to that. But he really was saying that he was doing it just to be nice and that he was, you know, he made it sound like it was low pressure. I was like, okay. So he sits down next to me and I don't know why. I guess maybe people were surprised that I like accepted the drink or that I allowed him to sit next to me. It was just a very weird reaction from everyone at the bar. Like, oh my gosh, he's buying the drink and he's taking the drink with her and he's sitting with her. It was like, not that people were saying that to me, but people were like looking at me. The bartenders were like, I'm like, are we like, is this really that weird? I could tell like, yes, there was a bit of a discrepancy, maybe like conventional attractiveness. I don't know. This man had like a very strange beard and like, he was wearing kind of funky clothes. I don't know. He seemed nice though. I was like, whatever, he seems nice. I'm not doing anything. I'm bored, I guess. So I'll accept the drink. It felt like such a presentation. I felt like I was suddenly had the spotlight on me, like right now. And everyone was watching my life like a reality show. Like people were just like looking over and they look away and they're like, oh, I'm like, is this so unusual? Like men are not buying drinks for women that when they do it, people feel like they're watching a show. So I chat with the guy. He asked me about myself. I, have some casual conversation. He throws out a bunch of compliments. He asked me to take his number. I take his number, just, and I talked to him for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then at some point I was like, okay, nice meeting you. And then at some point he got up and he walked away and it was very normal. He was not like doing too much. He insisted that I take his number. I think he knew that I wasn't going to use it for anything, but whatever, just to humor him. I just took his number. But I think we need to kind of normalize when men buy drinks from women, like, it's okay. I just couldn't believe how people at the bar were reacting. They were just making it seem like something really crazy just happened. And for anyone in the comments, it's like, wow, that was a waste of money for him or whatever. Like, it wasn't a waste of money for him because he had all eyes on him in the bar for 20 minutes. Everybody in the bar was like, wow, he must be cool because she's talking to him. So it wasn't a waste on his part.
It's kind of funny, isn't it? When a guy offers to buy a drink, he's either too broke or not my type. Like, seriously, there's no way to win anymore. Men try to be respectful, they make an effort, and somehow they are still the bad guy. Dating today feels like walking through a minefield filled with impossible standards. No one really dates anymore. It's all become this distant memory. And maybe that's why shows like Love Island are such a hit. It's the only place people still pretend romance exists.
Can we please bring back men offering to buy you a drink at a bar? Like, as a grown man, why are you sitting here talking to me for 5-6 minutes and you have not said like, oh, hey, what are you drinking, or sent a drink over?
Because he's deciding if you're worth buying a drink for. And with that entitled attitude, the answer is probably no. You do realize men have never been obligated to buy us anything, right? And for so many men, they've realized it's not worth it because it's never appreciated. It doesn't guarantee him even a date or your phone number. So for the ladies who have taken advantage of this type of niceness from men, thanks a lot. This is why they don't do it anymore. And maybe instead of demanding things from men, we should be asking ourselves what we bring, what we can give, instead of thinking we just deserve everything because we're women and that's it. And I know we're the first to yell and scream when we're feeling like we've been used by a man, but it's okay for us to do it.
Man, can we please bring back the kind of women who actually respect and appreciate men? Feels like they're a rare breed these days.
As a man, what do you wish women understood better?
Personally, I wish women understood that we're not going to fucking buy your drinks for you. Every single time we go out, we are not buying your drinks.
I bought about 3 different women drinks tonight. I think I got numbers from all of them. I don't know if it's going to bleed anywhere, but, I ain't against it. So I don't know about that one.
So why do some girls feel like it's okay to approach a guy and say, hey, do you want to buy me a drink?
Well, because that's a normal bitch thing to do. Like literally, if you're a random broad, if you're a random bitch, the first thing that you're gonna do is walk up to a fucking good-looking guy in the club and ask him for a drink. That is literally the MO. That is the playbook for the random bitch.
Some women today act so entitled, it's honestly ridiculous. They'll walk up to a guy, expect a free drink, and demand attention like it's owed to them. It just shows how far that mindset has gone. Like basic respect only works one way now. No surprise men are checking out. It's draining trying to keep up with a script that's all take and no give.
If you're ordering a drink all by herself, then guys, what are you doing? You better swoop in and tell her to keep her credit card to herself and order that drink for her. It'll instantly have her thinking about you all night, and it's an easy way to break the ice by asking her what kind of drink she wants.
All right, you're making me angry now. It's almost like she knows this advice is wrong. I guarantee you that girl took that drink from a stranger. Oh, you're so nice, thanks. Got the drink, thank you, have a good night, and walked out his life with the drink in hand. If you're in a major city like I am in LA, a drink can run you $16 to $18. Not with no tip. 2 drinks can run you freaking $40. You could have went to lunch. My whole point is this. Never, and I mean never, use a can I buy you a drink as an opener. You reward women with drinks for compliance. Yes, I said compliance. Sue me. If you walk up to her, y'all are vibing, y'all are having a good time, conversation's flowing, yeah, sure, of course, offer her. But to go and use that as your opener, what you're basically doing is, hey, can I buy your time? By the time we wait in line, I get the drink, that gives me at least 10 minutes. Don't go into your trick mindset. Talk to her. If she's friendly, offer the drink. If not, keep it pushing.
A lot of women these days act like a free drink is some kind of reward just for showing up. It's not about starting a real conversation. It's about what they can get out of it. No appreciation, no interest, just taking advantage of the moment. When you buy a drink first, you're not breaking the ice. You're basically paying for attention. Modern dating's turned into a game of transactions. So fellas, be smart. Don't lead with your wallet. Lead with self-respect.
I know inflation's real because men don't even send bottles to the tables anymore. In pre-COVID, I used to go out with my girls and we wouldn't spend a dime. Like that was guaranteed. Like that was common knowledge. We weren't going to spend a single dollar because guys from a distance would just be like, sending Patron, Casamigos, like enjoy, not even try to come to us to talk, to harass us, bother us, nothing. I know people have had horror stories of like guys that would buy you a drink, bottles, and then if you wouldn't pay them attention or they assume that because they bought you a drink or a bottle, they were going to take you home with them. And if you didn't, then they would like hurt you outside of the club. I'm Dominican. I never experienced that. We used to be in the Dominican clubs in the city, in Jersey, everywhere. And a bottle girl would just come up to us like, hey, they asked to cover your tab, or these guys sent you this bottle, and those from afar just like wave like, enjoy, enjoy. Not even come up to us and try to harass us. Like literally just like, enjoy. Ahora, ni una hookah, mi amor. Nothing. Not even a hookah refill. Inflation, man. Inflation's got us girls spending our own money. I don't like it.
Looks like the freeloader era is coming to an end. Women can't just sit back and collect free drinks or attention for simply showing up in the mall. With how things are today, inflation, shifting social norms, and a bit of common sense, men have stopped handing out freebies. They are done rewarding entitlement. If you want to enjoy yourself now, it actually takes effort, not just a pretty face. But here's the flip side. Fellas, buying a woman a drink doesn't mean she owes you anything. It's not a golden ticket to take her home or expect more from the night. So don't get upset if she thanks you and walks away. She's allowed to. Respect goes both ways.
One thing I will never understand about men is that when you buy a woman a drink at the bar, you are not entitled to take her home. This isn't a free ticket to be like, oh, I'm going to buy you a drink and you're coming home with me. No. So don't get mad after she leaves after you buy her a drink because she's not interested in taking things further with you.
Does buying drinks for girls at a bar, does that work, you think? Or
almost never, in my opinion.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
It depends on the context. If your first approach is, hey, you're hot, I want to buy you a drink, never works. Because they're always going to say yes, whether they're into you or not. And then sometimes they'll just fucking bounce on you.
Yep.
That's definitely happened to me, and I've seen it happen before. It's happened to me one time, and I've never done it again, right? Like, I'm like I'm a lesson learner. Yeah, I learned from my lesson.
Yeah, you have PSD for me.
He thought he was sick. Yeah, I was like watching her leave, and I'm like, I'll never do that again. Like, why would I ever? And
as she was walking away, you're probably
the drink like.
She like made a little bit of conversation first, but then bounced. But I was 18. This was my first time in a college bar, and that's just all I knew about. Like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to buy a girl a drink if I talk to them. Watch that happen. Never again.
Once there was a way.
And it goes back, even when you're at the bar, women will test you. Can you buy a drink for me?
One of the most famous
One of the most common tests to weed out the beta male barnacles from the guys who have a backbone and say, no, I'm not buying you a drink. You can buy me a drink. You've automatically separated yourself from the rest of the herd. Women subconsciously throw that test because any guy that has ever bought a woman a drink, a random woman a drink at the bar, I guarantee you nothing good ever came from that.
These days, it feels like some women want everything handed to them. Attention, free drinks, and endless validation, but give almost nothing back. That little test at the bar, it says it all. Most guys who fall for it just end up wasting their time and money on someone who was never interested to begin with. They take, and when it's your turn, there's nothing left. So, fellas, stop feeding the freeloaders. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments. We read every single one. See you tomorrow.